like something like this to take care of, I try to like keep the rest of the day empty because I want to make sure I could all the time I need is here, so I don't gotta really focus on being anywhere else.
Yeah, you're not like, oh,
You
I gotta
know,
go buy. Yeah.
right? Mentally, I could just be here, and not have to stress about anything.
You already know. It's such a nice day out.
Nah, facts.
It's supposed to be 90 degrees.
Yeah, yeah. I'm either in some AC or going to be somewhere scenic.
So, you prefer it that way, or you want me to do it more this way?
We can go this way.
I actually can't see nothing.
You got a privacy screen?
No.
I ain't gonna lie, them things is crazy. My man's got. You really can't see nothing.
Wait, move your chair up a little bit.
Here?
Yeah. Yeah, we get a little up close and personal.
Nah, I like it. I like it. Shows off the skin, You should host a content creation class.
I should?
Yeah, you have enough knowledge and know-how to be able to teach something.
I think you should host one.
Hey, I mean,
you know more than me.
Nah, we could both do
We
it.
could do it together.
We could both do it.
Literally.
Nah, facts. I think that. Oh, y'all gotta.
So we're gonna do a before with the do-rag on, and then we do one with it off.
Okay.
ChatGPT helped me with this. Could you tell?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. ChatGPT clutch. I heard some things about it in terms of like it's not the greatest for the environment, but for what it does, it's definitely useful.
This looks like a camera.
I'm telling you, come to Android. At least the Galaxy world. I ain't gonna say get some Motorola or some LG. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, go ahead. That if you was to be loosened, you can kind of go up and down, just to kind of get like the angle that you want. Then the top part actually has like a pivot, so you can go from landscape to portrait without having to take your off. I got that one from Ocean State.
This?
Yeah.
How much?
It was like $8.
You're lying.
I
When
know.
did you buy it?
I say about that like probably sometime last year.
I wonder if it's still there.
Oh no, they say that they keep them stocked pretty well.
What is it called?
It's just a regular tripod, I just seen it there, and this is not sponsored by Ocean State. Not sponsored by Ocean State. But this is not paid promo. But Ocean State, I'm not gonna lie, has like a lot of little gems for like the low. Like the low when it comes I got an $8 tripod. That same tripod on Amazon is like $25. At one point I was thinking about buying them and selling them on Amazon strictly because of the fact that I could turn an $8 investment into $25.
Wow. This is just fire.
And you see like the little green thing on the other side?
Yeah.
That's the leveler. Yeah, so you can make sure like your shot is straight.
I don't know if it's the tripod or the phone.
Hey, it's a mixture of both. It's the combo. You got a good tripod. You need a good phone for a good tripod, and vice versa.
Apple needs to do better.
I be trying to tell people, but people don't want to. Believe me.
It's just hard.
It's because they sell status in entertainment. So like you get caught in the status of having an Apple-led device.
You just feel like so luxurious with it.
Right,
So
they sell a lifestyle for real. It's not really like the electronics. They're selling a lifestyle.
Yes.
People be Apple everything from the phone to the
To
tablet,
Apple
the Apple Watch, MacBook, AirPods.
I'm not gonna lie. One time I did have like a Fitbit and I had the app, like my iPhone. And I was like, I can't do that. So I bought an Apple Watch. I was like, I just can't.
You gotta. They sell exclusivity, so it kind of makes you like really want to lock in.
Yeah. Okay, ready? We're gonna do. I'm gonna hit go, and you're just gonna. Is this too close? No, I think it's fine. Okay, so you're gonna do not necessarily like a 360, but you're just gonna show your do-rag.
Okay.
And you're gonna do this for.
One of these type ones?
Yes.
Okay.
You're gonna do it for 10 seconds. It's gonna be a long 10 seconds.
Let's do it.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, you get 10 seconds.
I do 4 counts each direction, so 4 seconds here, 4 seconds here, 4 seconds here. That hit you with the 12.
Okay, and then you're gonna take the do-rag off.
Yep.
So ready? I'm gonna record this. Okay, do you want to show the back too or no?
Let's do the back for towards the end of the
Okay.
video.
Okay, and then
You look like a little teacher for real. Got your little lesson plan.
I
Go
do.
ahead.
So you look like a teacher. Yeah, you have to, because if not, you're gonna be sitting here like, what am I gonna film? That
No,
happens to
honestly,
me so many times.
failure to prepare is preparing to fail. Shout out John Wooden on that one.
Literally. Okay, wait. So wait, what were you guys talking about script?
So like with the parts that we're gonna chunk for each part of the video, you basically ask the question. So you'll be like, what does the brush do, or what's the first thing that you're gonna do to get your waves going, or so, ask whatever guiding question is gonna lead to me answering the context of each section. Then from you asking, I'm answering it, so it's more conversational. Instead of just like, all right, guys, the first thing you're gonna want to do is, it gives like more of a casual approach to a how-to.
Okay, wait. Let me see if I have the mics. That's on the thing. I don't think I have them here.
The Gathering Ground CCG with the appreciate the waves. It's a lot of work going into creating these, so I appreciate your flowers for real. I mean, but with me being so close to the camera, the camera's mic should be unless if you're trying to drown out like it picking up the AC sound.
You think you'll be loud enough?
I mean, it should be. I mean, you can always play with like the EQ depending on your.
I guess okay.
But we can run with the mics. It's only gonna enhance it.
No, I don't think they're charged. They're there. See, I didn't really plan. I would have charged them. I should always have them charged. I know I'm horrible.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, I'll just ask the question.
Or if you want to, you don't even have to like physically ask it.
Put it on the screen?
Yeah, like.
Okay. And then do, okay.
Then later on you could do like a voiceover with asking the question, just so your voice is still there, just so it can still have that vibe.
I know what you're talking. Wait, let me get it there.
I need a lineup for real.
Okay, so the first one, I guess the first segment is want to get fresh, define waves that turn heads. The secret is all in the do-rag game and wave maintenance routine. Today I'm showing you how to tie a do-rag like a pro and keep your waves looking sharp using products you can find both with Wavature and EBS. Let's get into it.
Say no more.
So, you don't have to say all that. We don't actually have to like, I don't know. How do you want to do this?
Let me see.
Yeah.
Ooh, it feels so good.
Like, because I'm going to put the question on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to show it, I don't know. It feels so good in here, right? It's hot outside.
That's a great AC. Great
There's
AC.
two at one time. One in the back.
Oh, so you're getting that good cross breeze.
Yeah.
I
We
see
never
that.
had this ever. No. The other store, we were barely. We had a family. Yeah.
And we got those big windows.
Oh yes, that was one. So like
Okay.
I could go do like clip number 1 so I can remember like, okay, that's like, okay, so pretty much, I don't know, maybe showing the products you're gonna use, and then I prompt the question, and it, as you're showing the products, it's answering the question.
Okay, so yeah, the first one we can say is let's discuss the do-rag.
Yeah.
Then I can tell you what the do-rag is used for, show how like the do-rag is tied, and the importance of having a silky
And that's the
material.
routine itself. And
Yeah.
then we'll get into that. Wait, no. How to tie a do-rag is minute 1 through 3.
Okay.
The first segment is, okay, for 30 seconds, you're gonna show everything you need to
Okay.
get waves.
Got you.
Yes. Then segment number 2 is the different. We'll show that, and I can give you a velvet one, so we can show the difference between velvet and silky. Which one's better?
To be honest, like you're gonna want like the silkier one. I feel like the velvet ones tend to they're a little thicker and less breathable. So sleeping in, it might be more comfortable to sleep in this one, but it's all like subjective at the end of the day.
Okay.
You know, so you can't go
Because
wrong.
it says show the different types of do-rag, silky, velvet, which one's better. Then, after we do show the different do-rags, we're gonna show how to tie a do-rag properly, step by step.
Gotcha.
Then, you're gonna do your wave routine. Then, after that, you're done. Oh, common mistakes to avoid.
Gotcha. This is perfect if this is here too.
And then at the end, you're gonna show the products again to recap, to really make sure they know what products to buy.
Like a good
Do you have a
conclusion.
website?
I'm in the midst of like resetting my website.
So how do people buy your products through Instagram?
Yeah, just hit me directly.
So I'll copy the URL link so that way I could put it, and then that way they can tap it, the link, and it'll go directly so they can buy it there. Okay, great, you got this. So you're gonna show everything you use. So start off with the do-rag.
All right, ready?
Yeah,
I
do
got
good.
it myself. All right, y'all. So the first thing that you're gonna need to get oh man, hold on.
It's okay. You're just delete the clip because my storage is.
Nah, I got you. Delete. All right, guys. There's many things that you're gonna need, you know, to successfully wave, to really bring your waves to the next level, to be able to spin like yours truly. You're gonna need your do-rag. You're gonna need a do-rag. You're going to need a brush. You're gonna need a hairbrush. You can't get waves without this at all. You're also going to need some products to keep to feed your hair. You know, give it the nutrients that they need, and also to, you know, keep your waves laid down, eliminate frizz and all that good stuff. We'll get into that later. Then you're gonna need. What you're gonna need is something to wash and cleanse your hair with and condition your hair with. This is what I use right here. It's a simple, you know, soap bar made by Waviture. You dig what I'm saying? The brand that puts you first. But needless to say, you're gonna need something to wash your hair, something to cleanse your hair, something to condition your hair, to moisturize your hair, to brush your hair. Then the do-rag is just gonna keep all of that protected. You feel me? In this video, we're gonna be discussing each thing and the significance behind each, how to use each, and all that good stuff. So make sure you stay tuned, keep it locked, don't go anywhere. It's Waviture, it's Ethics Beauty Supply Store, all both from Springfield, and we're gonna, you know, be great. Boom.
Okay. Well, do you want like jet black or natural? Sorry, they currently do not have any in stock right now, but what I can do is if there's something you're looking for, I can go ahead and process the order today, and typically it takes 1 to 3 days to come in. Typically it comes in a day, but I just give it 3 days just for everything happening. Oh, that's fine. And then just let me know, like if you decide, just let me know, the length if you want straight or body weight, and I'll go ahead and process it with you, okay? You're welcome.
What happened?
I just noticed something was missing. That's right. And we have like little competitions we do, like who's gonna do it first. And she got me. Okay, are you ready for me?
So I did like the intro, kind of discuss each thing in like a quick little,
You little rat.
what?
You little rat. You saw the wig. The black one with bangs. Stop acting, mother. I know I did. I see.
Prodigy podcast. I like the do-rag. Good looks, bro. I'm gonna have to follow that.
Yes. If you see, but she always gets you there. But if you look at her points was enough, so I'll deduct them. She has a crazy amount. Okay, alright, I'll let you go by. Yeah. Okay, so we showed all the products. Okay, now what is a do-rag and why is it important? Do you want to get the one above you?
Which, this one right?
Yeah, because you already have a silky.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, let's record this part. Alright, so next we're going to discuss the do-rag. We're going to discuss the difference between a silky do-rag and this velvet one that's in this package. So let's start off by opening this up first, then we're going to get into the conversation. So this is the velvet do-rag. As you can see, it has more of a velour-like outside with a silkier level inside, whereas a silky do-rag is just the satin material the entire way through. The do-rag itself is made to protect your hair as you sleep and, you know, attack your day. It protects your hair from the elements of outside, keeping, you know, it protected from like the sun and other, you know, things that could dry out your hair or make your hair frizzy. It's really important to sleep with your do-rag at night because when you're brushing your hair, you're trying to create a pattern. You're trying to lay your hair down. You're trying to keep your hair as molded and as like orderly as possible. So with that being said, when you tie your do-rag at night, that's going to help protect all of that brushwork. You know, we just put in a good 20, 30 minutes brushing our hair. We just put our products in our hair, and we don't want all of that to go to waste. You know, your breath session will be gone the next day if you don't really, if you don't rag up, you know, at night. Then as far as the products that you put into your hair, all of the oils and butters and creams and whatever you put into your hair is just gonna be on your pillowcase, you know, if you don't tie your hair down. You know, so you're gonna wake up the next day, your waves are gonna be frizzy, they're gonna be dry, it's gonna look nasty, and you know, you're not gonna be happy, you know, especially for my people who are taking their waves serious. You know, this is going to be one of them disciplinarian things that you're gonna have to really like lock in with if you really want your waves to progress. So when it comes to a silky or do-rag, you really want the inner lining of your do-rag to be satin material or to be silky in some way or form, regardless if you're going with a pure silky or you're going with your velvet. This is going to be to help your hair retain its moisture. If you wear a do-rag that say is like more so polyester or it's just cotton based, as a whole, is going to strip your hair of the moisture that you just put in. So when you take the do-rag off, your waves might be laid, but they're not going to be as laid as they would with a silky do-rag. They're going to be a little bit more dry, and even, you know, the fibers of the cotton do-rag would you know, kind of create a sense of frizz, and you know, that's not what we want. What we want is our hair to be laid down, really nice, you know, good shine to it. You know, just to protect our investment. Our hair is an investment and we want to protect this, and the best way to protect it is going to be into something satin. Now, the other differences between a regular silky and a velvet. For me, a day-to-day do-rag is going to be like my silky. You know, that's just something that you could throw on. It's going to be lightweight, breathable, you know, and you could, you know, pull it off in many settings. However, if I want to up the ante, you know, if I got a good fit on and I want to pop out, but I still want to have a do-rag on, you know, I'm going to pull out my velvet. It's going to give a more luxurious look to the do-rag game as a whole. It's almost like wearing like a suit. You know, when you put on a suit, it's because you wanna create an aura, you wanna create an energy, you wanna create an aesthetic. So the suit of the do-rag world is going to be, you know, your velvet. It looks a lot better, you know, it feels soft, it gives a good shine, you know, it has a good shimmery look to it, and it's gonna up the ante. It's gonna show that there's levels to this. You know, as far as which one's better for your waves, that's all subjective. I'll let you guys decide that. Pull up to Ethics, get yourself a velvet do-rag, and you could be able to tell the test yourself. But needless to say, that's the kind of like the breakdown between the velvet versus the silky. You know, your silky is going to be like your everyday, whereas your velvet is when you're really trying to pop out and show them, no Kendrick.
That was good. Yeah, I like it.
I try to put that one off the top.
Yes.
I ain't gonna lie. Shout out Kendrick Lamar.
No, that's fine. Okay, so this is number 1. This is number 2.
And that clip was only like 4 minutes long too, so.
That's okay. Oh, the longer the better, actually.
Okay.
I don't mind.
That's good to know.
Okay, so now.
I could be long-winded.
No, you're good. So now you're gonna demonstrate how to put the rag on.
All right.
And then the velvet one, you can actually have that.
See, no more.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'll put the velvet one on.
You don't have to if you want to do yours. It's okay.
That's all right.
And then this just says, yeah, you know how to type it.
Gotcha. All right, so we were just discussing the do-rag. So I'm gonna teach you guys how to tie it. What you're gonna want to do, especially if you're tying a velvet do-rag, you want the velvet to be on the outside, not the inside. So make sure the silkier material is on the inside. You're gonna throw it on your head like so. This line that goes down the middle, you want to make sure, as I just said, is down the middle of your head. You know, you don't want it to be leaning, because therefore you're not gonna get an even tie. So you want that to be right in the middle of the head. You want to bring the do-rag maybe like a centimeter above your eyebrows. You know, you don't want it to be too low where, you know, you can barely see, but you don't want it to be too high where it can easily slide off. What you're gonna do, after you put it around, you're going to take your two straps and bring them across each other from behind. Wrap it around in the front again. Then let me turn around just to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing back here. Once you get back here, what you're gonna wanna do is simply tie it. Real simple, just tie it like you would tie your sneakers or anything that you would normally tie. Then from there, what you're gonna wanna do is pull the cape down, just like so. You're gonna pull the cape down, that's gonna help tighten and add more compression, you know, to what you're doing. Is going to help make sure that your do-rag is really locked in. Now, this is for my more detailed wavers or just my more detailed do-rag wearers. What you're gonna wanna do from here is flatten out your strings. You know, by flattening out your straps, that's going to help you neglect that nasty do-rag line. Like, nobody likes having a nasty do-rag line, waking up the next day, and, you know, that also provides headaches. And, you know, we don't wanna have headaches, you know. We wanna make sure that our health and everything is taken into consideration, you know, so let's make sure we're not giving ourselves headaches by not properly flattening out our do-rag straps. Then bada bang, bada boom, your do-rag is on. You know, if you want to tie your cape, you can. If you don't want to be like Superman and have it out, to be honest, for me, I like having my cape out, you know, but some people don't. So if you don't like having your cape out, what you're going to want to do is you're going to twist the cape up like this. Simply twist it up. Bring it up and around and just tuck it in your do-rag strap. And that's another reason why you want to make your do-rag straps wide, because it's going to help keep your, you know, your cape intact, if that makes sense to you guys. And now we got the velvet on. Velvet actually really enhances my fit too. I'm not going to front. I'm really rocking with this. So if you want one of these, just pull up to Ethics Beauty Supply. They got them. It's going to be on this wall right behind me.
Okay, now you have to do your wave maintenance.
Yeah, but say we could get this back. We could go like, honestly, probably towards the door just to kind of get a different angle.
Further?
Yeah, that should be good right there. So I could have like this one, then this one, and that's the 3 different angles that I kind of like. I try to have at least 3 different angles in all the videos I do.
Which is smart.
You know?
You can also move this closer.
Alright, perfect. Alright, now it's time for the fun part. The process of getting waves, the routine of getting waves. So what you're gonna first wanna do, we gotta come out the do-rag, so we got to do a quick little wave check again. You know, just to unveil the babies. The compression on the velvet do-rag is tough too. I feel like my waves is a lot, just in that 30 seconds of me having it on, my waves is laid back down the way that they need to. But needless to say, the first thing that I do when I'm taking care of my waves is I grab my moisturizer. The moisturizer I'll be using today is the Cocoa Cream, made by yours truly. Trying to see if this could, all right, there we go. So this is the product right here. All I use is organic products. You know, you want to make sure what you're putting on into your hair it can't harm your hair. A lot of there's products out here that are, you know, non-natural can harm your hair over time. Yeah, you might look good in the moment, but over time down the line, it's actually making your hair worse. You know, we want to make sure we're taking care of our hair. If you're gonna put the time into developing waves, you know, you want to take the time into, you know, nourishing your hair the proper way. And and that comes with using, you know, mostly organic to all organic products. You know, here at Wave It Your Hair Ethics, we're all big on like organic, from the products that we have to the energy we give our people. You know, we want to make sure everything is natural, because what's natural is for you, what's unnatural isn't. So with that being said, we got the cocoa cream right here. This is like a daily moisturizer. This is gonna help your hair stay nice and soft, give it a good shine. And soft hair is manageable hair. When your hair isn't soft, when your hair isn't fed, it's very difficult to manage. So you wanna really maximize your hair's health, because that's going to better your waves, and that's just going to better your hair as a whole. You know, when we're in this wave journey, we're not just in it just to have dope waves. We're in it to actually, you know, elevate our hair. So as you see, I got the good shine going, good little twinkle twinkle to the stars in my head. And from there, I'm gonna take my hairbrush. And just go through it in the direction that I brush my hair. Now, the direction that I brush my hair might be a little different than the direction that you brush your hair, but needless to say, all you gotta do is brush in whatever way that you want your waves to come in. And once your waves are in, make sure you're consistent with that ability to brush. So boom, after I brush that into my hair, I'm gonna follow that up with the mango berry butter. Now the mango, hold on, actually, where's the other one? Because that one's full. All right, then after that, I'm gonna use my mango berry butter. This right here is a lightweight pomade that's going to help eliminate frizz. Come on, I need you to focus.
I need you to focus.
Come on, focus for me.
Is it not doing it? Ready?
Hold on, there we go. So next I'm gonna use my mango berry butter. The mango berry butter is another organic product, all natural, that helps with, you know, eliminating my frizz, keeping my waves laid down, and taking like those flyaways, because it's an organic lightweight pomade. You know, you don't want your hair to be like, you know, too gooped up with products, because that's gonna take away from your hair and your scalp's ability to breathe. You know, we don't want any too much product buildup, but we're gonna discuss how to get rid of that too. Just stay tuned. Boom, throw that into the hair. Now you got a really good shine. Frizz is borderline gone. Then once again, after this is applied, hold on.
That smells good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good thing about organic products and products here by Wave It Your, they're good for your hair and your skin, you know? Bring your tattoos back to life if you got them. So boom, from there, we're gonna go right back into a nice brush session. We're gonna lightly brush that into our hair, you know? We wanna make sure the products are evenly distributed, and if they aren't evenly distributed, then you're not gonna be feeding your hair all the way. It's almost like having like a balanced diet. You know, you wanna make sure everything is distributed the proper way. So we're gonna brush that into our hair. Then once you finish up with your brush session, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your do-rag again. This time I don't wanna run the risk of getting, you know, any product on my velvet. You dig what I'm saying? My velvet, that's when I'm trying to step it up a notch. So this is when the regular silky comes into play. You know, just to make sure you're not staining the velvet, you know. You gotta make sure everything is everything. So I'm gonna just take this and I'm gonna rag up again. This is going to secure all the product that I just put into my hair, as well as, you know, just lock in my waves. Make sure like that the progress I gain with this brush session, you know, stays. It's almost like saving your stuff on a memory card, or, you know, putting it in your backpack, or whatever you got to do to make sure it's locked in. This is basically the same parallel when it comes to your waves. You know, you're gonna throw that do-rag on. You're gonna flatten those strings like I mentioned earlier in the video. Then if you don't like your cake being out, just twist it up like you would a bread bag. You know, you gotta be real visual. You gotta be visual. You know, we live in the sensory era. You know, you gotta give the visuals.
You gotta be visual, but careful with your visual.
Exactly. Tuck that jaw in right there. Bada bing, bada boom. Now we good. Hair is properly managed. Our hair is brushed, because, you know, that's how you technically get waves, is through brushing your hair. So you brush the product into your hair, you ragged up, now you're ready to go attack your day. You know, if you want to pull up to wherever you're going to take the do-rag off to show off your progress and to show off, like, you know, the waves and how your hair is looking, be my guest. But until you get there, just keep this do-rag on, you know, for at least 10 to 15 minutes before you decide to take it off, all right?
Okay. That was good. That was good.
Thank you.
What was I gonna say? What happens if you don't flatten the chops? This is just me asking.
Now, you know how you see like people who have that real like line right here?
Yeah.
Like that line happens from your strings being like rolled up. So that has like that really harsh line. Then from there, if it happens over time, you could risk like borderline bruising your forehead. Like there was a time when I kind of like literally had like a permanent line for like a while, and it took honestly like probably like weeks to like a couple of months for it to really just like dissipate. It's almost like, especially if it gets too hard, it's borderline like a burn mark. Yeah, like it gets bad. It gets bad. So if y'all watching and you wearing do-rags, make sure you guys flatten your strings out. It's better for you. It's going to help eliminate like headaches. A lot of people, oh, I can't wear my do-rag because I get headaches. Well, you're probably not wearing it correctly. Wear it the proper way and you don't got to worry about that, Just flatten out your strings and you'll be good to go.
Okay, next is common mistakes to avoid and how to watch out for these mistakes.
Okay.
Hi, how are you?
Common mistakes to avoid.
Another one, some examples they give is tying your do-rag too tight, using too much pomade, skipping, brushing, forgetting moisture.
Got you.
I'm good, sweetheart. He left me. I parked the car and I'm like, gone. Took off. Yeah, all right, I'm sorry, Sal.
All right, guys. Common mistakes to avoid when it comes to getting your waves or just waving as a whole. The first thing is going to be what I've already been mentioning this entire video, is making sure your do-rag straps are flattened, because that's going to eliminate that harsh do-rag line that you can get. Also, you don't want to tie your do-rag super tight, because that's going to lead to you getting headaches, and we don't want to lessen our health and our well-being over a hairstyle. You dig what I'm saying? Our hairstyle should enhance our health and our well-being, not take from it. So make sure you're not tying your do-rag too tight. Next, another thing that you're gonna want to do is not over moisturize your hair. You could put too much product in your hair, and that's going to lead to product buildup, and product buildup is going to lead to stunting your hair's growth, clogging your pores. It could lead to bad dandruff, and just stunting your the actual health of your hair, the actual health of your scalp, and it's not going to be good. So the best way to actually negate that, the best way to go around that, is actually going to be to have a proper wash routine. So that's the best way to kind of get away from that mistake, is to just make sure you're routinely washing your hair to wash out any product and possible product buildup that you can have.
Yeah. Yeah, and you just want to snap in the face. You like the show. Uh-oh. All right. I'll take this one. I'll take it out.
What up, Lee? Come on down. What's up? I can't complain. I love the hair, man. I'm loving it.
I'm in between.
Nah, you looking real good though, man. You looking real healthy.
I said, my man. All right.
You got going today?
You got some content after you, and you kind of illustrated where it's a beautician that does glam, makeup, and faces. We have another one of our customers that content builds. She's gonna be your face.
Ooh, that's good. That's clutch. That's like you're almost killing two birds with one stone. You're getting two.
And not only that, if you see somebody that you're interested in for your project as well, I don't mind line orchestrated stuff.
Okay.
Cross
So-
promoted.
What we can do is probably like find somebody who's trying to get waves. Because I feel like that's the root of the brand. So I feel like that's the easiest to kind of like collab with. And from there, I'll kind of have them come in and I could actually do like a session on them and kind of show it in real time, like what it looks like.
Gotcha. So there's a few new cats that graduated from the academy.
Okay.
Actually, both of them. New England Barber Academy and Monarch.
Okay.
They all are connected with people they cutting. That I could definitely.
And if anything, I could be a model for them and they could even just cut my hair.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Then we can go into like a post haircut routine and what does that look like?
You know who'd be perfect for you then? I don't know if you know Barber Jared. Because he went through New England Barber Academy. He's cutting the Bentleys.
Okay.
So
Yeah, Bentley, I ain't gonna lie, that's a big name right there. You
Yeah,
got
yeah.
Bentley, that's a good cosign.
Yeah.
That's almost like having Jay-Z in your corner.
Right, well, he's cutting there. He's good. They recruited him from the school. Because he already knew how to cut, but he wanted to get his license. So he went through the academy, got his license, and they kept him.
Okay. So we can set that up.
I'll show him your page, and I'll. He's the good thing about him,
To my sister's house.
like whatever we say, he knows he knows how we get down. He knows how we move, things we like. So once we recommend you, he's not even gonna care. He's gonna be
The
like,
14th.
Hey, I appreciate that, man, because you know,
But I like with you because as soon as when I saw you, I just went outside, I had a cigar. I thought about that cigar lounge.
yo, man, I'm thinking about that too. I got the black suit ready for it.
Okay, I'll line it up with him. Usually what he told me was weekends after 6 during the weekday. Weekends, nobody's downstairs.
Okay.
And during the weekday, after 6, they close downstairs and they go upstairs to the bar.
Okay.
Because he has a bar where you smoke cigars, they got lockers, they got seating areas, Wi-Fi areas.
So it's almost like just like a calm chill spot.
Yeah,
You know, you probably bring books and probably just do your thing, reading. Probably got the laptop with him.
Yeah, because he has the cigar retail spot downstairs with a lounge, and he has upstairs where he has the bar and the lounge and the seating area. He also has a patio. It's kind of hot now, but he has a patio if you want to be outside.
So, and one thing that we could do to even incorporate like the business on it, I could wear the black suit, but we could have like the velvet do-rag in
Yeah,
it.
crossbody, the
You feel me? And I can kind of get like we can do like a get ready with me style video. I could kind of like come in here, pick up my do-rag, put that on, and get take that to the crib, get dressed, then we can head out. You feel me? Like we could
How
actually
you
make
guys
that.
take care?
I
Good seeing
take
you.
care.
We could make like a whole moment of
Oh,
it.
yeah, and then the thing about that is we'll be able to do multiple things. So even though we're doing ours, we'll also be able to promote the cigar lounge. It's called Cigar Room 2 and I got 2 brothers on it. And then we could do yours because they got lockers. So whether we taking the products out the locker, because it's like a whole, like it's an upscale cigar lounge. And then we can have all your products, all your stuff, get ready with me. Now
We can get ready
chill.
there.
Yep.
We can get ready there versus okay.
Oh, he'll love it. He'll love
Okay.
it. Because he loves working with brothers. His
So
main thing
what's
was-
your schedule looking like this week?
This week, I'm good anytime after 3:30. That's when I get out of work.
After
And then on the weekends, because I'm starting a new day, I'm losing my weekends. I'm gonna go from instead of Saturday, Sunday off, I'm gonna have Tuesday, Wednesday. But I get out of work at 3:30,
Okay.
which is all right because there's still plenty of light. If we did something outside, there's light upstairs, so we could do anytime after 4. Because by the time I get out of work 3:30, if I work hard, I gotta take a shower, I'm good anytime after 4.
Okay. So you want to do like maybe like Friday at 6?
You know what? I'll hit them up. I'm gonna put it on my calendar because I was actually outside lining up my calendar for the week. But I'll put it down and I'll stay in contact with you. I'm gonna make sure. I know I got your number, but I'm gonna make sure I got your number.
All right, guys.
So let me grab my phone now and put it on my calendar.
Say no more. See, that's the great thing here about Ethics Beauty Supply, man. You know, there's just the ability to grow who you are, to come together, to collaborate, you know.
Alright. So this Friday will be the 18th. Yeah, that'd be good.
You know, just to kind of give you time to like prep, you know, and everything. And
I'm gonna hit them up.
I put my suit in the cleaners to make sure it's like ready to go.
And it's a nice ambiance, if I remember correctly. It's a nice ambiance. And what I gonna say?
That's fire.
Yeah.
People just driving past, say what's up. That's a good vibe.
Yeah. So I think even if even the setting, if you did send it to dry cleaners or not, the ambiance would be a lot of disguising. It'd be nice. It's not too. Actually, I don't remember exactly because I did downstairs before. Upstairs where he offered that. That's where the lockers are. Let me so,
Nah, that should be fun.
what time did we say? Like 4? 5? I don't remember what time we said.
Like 6, right?
6,
Because he
okay.
said during the week it's open after 6.
Right,
So,
that's downstairs. Oh, that might be good for us to work.
you know, just so we can borderline have like the whole spot to kind of work with.
Yeah, true.
You know, not to really work around other people. Not saying that that's like there's a problem with that. It just
Especially for first time coming through for you. Me also getting used because now, what I did last time, what I did wrong was I only brought one light with me, and I'd rather use my flash, my external flash, but I didn't bring a diffuser, so the light was a little too harsh.
I feel you.
And I got my diffusers now. I keep it with me because it was my first time, so I didn't know.
Hey, everything's a learning experience, man.
That's it.
I feel like we gotta start giving ourselves more grace to like that aspect of things. Like you don't know until you learn. And in order to learn, you gotta put reps in. So you're gonna make a lot more mistakes throughout the process. I feel like we need to be too perfect. Like if we don't get it the first time, we feel like less about it. I'm like, all right, we gotta stop that. That's toxic.
Yep.
That's real life toxic.
Yep, got it. And let me make sure I got your number in so I can text you as it goes.
There should be a 478 number.
I thought I saved it as waiver shirt, but I don't see it. And I know I
I can
can
plug
put
it in.
Jack, but yeah. You save it. And I'll take your logo from your page later.
Gotcha.
Right. So.
Oh, the phone lock. What's the password for y'all?
I don't even know what the girls do. We we went to three different carriers. The Verizon never was able to report our number. Comcast wanted me to lock into like a 2-year contract. And then we're doing it, I think we're doing AT&T now.
Okay.
So I got to
You know, take your time. I know you got a business that you're running on top of this. You know.
Oh no, I was just telling
The phone locked, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Wait, did you do the watch out for these mistakes?
Mm-hmm.
You did it?
Yep.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Honestly, when you told me literally like what the breakdown was, I was like, oh, this is perfect, because that's. But I was discussing like the product buildup was the last thing I started talking about.
Yeah.
So
You kind of eased into it.
So we're gonna basically jump into like the washing aspect of it, right, like next.
Okay. Wait, so what's next? The washing of it?
I mean, we could jump in. What does the script kind of have?
Well, I had nighttime routine, which I skipped because it's
We kinda-
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I went to common mistakes to avoid, and then the next is watch out for these mistakes, and then recommended products.
Okay. So I think we could do like oh, that looked good.
And it's only $10.
Oh, that looked good.
And it's only $10.
Hold on. Yo, that looks amazing.
Did you get her phone number?
Yes, I got her phone
Okay.
number.
Is that cheesecake at the top?
You have to go get it. It's only $10.
Ooh, cheesecake is a weakness.
You have to go get one.
Nah, facts. I'm pulling up hot. What car is it?
She's how do I describe it? It's in the food truck area, but she's not with all the food trucks. She's on like the
Yeah,
side
what
of
color
the
is her car? We wanted to know what
Her
color.
car?
The truck she'd be doing it out of.
I don't even know. I don't remember. I just seen her at her table. She was like, they were like, we need till 10 p.m. I'm like,
Okay.
But she sells out, so don't go by that. Don't go by that. She,
Nah, I'll be there well before 10.
fresh lemonade.
Say no more.
Okay, so recommended products.
So if you want to do like, hold on, let me grab something that y'all have too.
No, you don't have to.
I mean, not, but it's just the way to kind of go back and forth. Be like, hey, if you can't shop with Waviture, if you're
Oh,
here,
okay,
you know.
okay.
Because especially for the people who are more so like shopping off like convenience, it's more convenience to go up here than it is to try to leave me. You feel me?
I want a slingshot so bad. Wait, what are you looking for?
Just like just overall hair care product that I got.
Okay, wait. Yeah, that's why we have Waviture.
Okay, so no more. Matter of fact, I could honestly supply y'all with the products if I want to.
Yeah.
You know. All right. So you want to do products, then, or do you want to discuss like washing too?
Whatever you think.
Like, I think that that's
Everything.
all right. Cool.
They tied this in recommended products with the outro. So
Okay.
this is like the last thing that we're gonna do.
So what I'll do for recommended products, instead of just, I kind of talked about the brand already. I don't want to become too like, I don't want it to come across as
Like,
a commercial. You feel me? So what I'll just double down on the idea of organic products.
And then-
Talk about washing, because I do want to like mention that. I feel like a good wash routine is important too. Then we could just wrap up, because I feel like a lot of the things that it kind of hit,
You did it. We did it all.
it happened, you know, it happened organically. Like it didn't.
It didn't even. Yeah.
We didn't really have to chop.
No, and this would be good because we did it by this, so I'll know how to edit.
Facts.
Versus the other one, I just didn't know how to do.
Yeah, I think the other one too. Like, I'm not gonna say it was like rushed per se, but this one I feel like we had more of a plan coming into it.
We had a plan.
The other one was like pull up and we just, all right, I'm gonna do this. All right, do this. I learned some things though, like this thing going like this to try to get it. I learned that from Doug.
But like that, you are right. That other time it was just good idea, good intention, just.
You know, we couldn't execute the way we wanted to, but it's all right. Everything's a learning process anyway.
There you go. Okay. So, are you ready?
I'll just-
Okay, go. I was looking for these. Wow.
All right, y'all. So we mentioned product buildup. We talked about hair care routines and stuff like that. So I think it's in. All right. Delete that. All right, guys. So in this video, earlier on, I discussed, you know, proper hair maintenance, wave routines, how to, you know, come on, Jack, get it together, bro. You're thinking too much. You're thinking too much. All right, y'all. Before we wrap up this video, I got a couple more things that I'd like to discuss. First thing is going to be a good and a proper wash routine. For me, I wash my hair at least once a week. However, I wash my hair with a co-wash bar. It's basically something to this effect. You know, it's going to be a shampoo bar, a conditioning bar. I feel like when I'm using this, I get a better lather in my hair. My hair feels a lot cleaner. If you guys are interested in this, just hit the link in the bio below. And, you know, shit, Jack, come on, stop. All right, so I recently talked about product buildup. The best way to eliminate product buildup is to routinely wash your hair. So if you're putting products in your hair on a daily basis or every other day, you're probably gonna wanna wash your hair at least once a week. A lot of that product buildup that you're putting into your hair is gonna weigh your hair down. It's gonna stop it from breathing. It could lead to like dandruff and other, you know, scalp issues, as well as, you know, kind of damaging the hair, stopping the hair from properly being able to grow and, you know, become strong and do what it needs to do. And that's gonna take away from your waves, because if your hair is not good, then your waves aren't gonna be good. So with that being said, you're gonna wanna have a proper wash routine. I like washing with shampoo bars. Shampoo bars have a really good conditioning properties too, because especially the one I use has mango butter in it. So like the mango butter itself is conditioning my hair as I'm washing it. So I'm getting like the best of both worlds. I'm essentially what's called co-washing my hair, which is a conditioning wash. So my scalp is getting treated, my hair is getting treated. I'm getting all of the dirt, the grime, the sweat, the old product out of my hair, while at the same time, you know, feeding it too, so it doesn't seem as stripped afterwards from using some, you know, commercial like shampoos and conditioners.
Yes, making sure.
That's that one. I broke down the hair wash. There's one more thing I was gonna say, and I lost my train of thought. I got it.
Hold on, Jackson. What's your, okay, your name is Jackson?
Yeah, Jackson. That's my first name, Jackson.
I found that out the
I
other
always
day.
call you
Yeah.
Waverture, so I was like,
When he was
what
talking
is
to
his
Dad,
name?
Dad asked him his name, and he said Jackson. I never knew your name.
Yeah, Jackson is my first name. Last name is Miller.
Where I get Jackson from?
Ijan is my middle name, so and my name used to be on Instagram used to be Ijan Waverture.
All right, Jackson.
So like a lot of people kind of associate that too. You know, but Jackson Ijan Miller is the full name. Waverture is the brand. I kind of just associate with Waverture as a whole now because it's just. Oh man.
Wait, did you want to say what you forgot to say?
Yeah, I got it. All right, y'all. Quick tip. The way to really maximize your wave journey. When you're brushing your hair and you wanna be really consistent with your brush angles.